Yo, good afternoon. What's going on out there in Facebook? Uh, just want to have a quick talk about politics and people and politicians. I was thinking about the government, and the laws of the country that we live in. It was supposed to be for the people, by the people. I was just wondering what happened to that. I know in today's society when everybody's so broke they can't even pay attention. Uh, and they running around, with their head cut off, trying to do everything but the right thing. That's kind of the reason things got the way they have, because when people vote now, they just want to vote for the person who is against the people they're against. I'm going to say that now. And I mean, I bet you, over probably a high 60, 70%, might even be 80% of the people who voted for any president in the last 3, 4 presidents didn't have any idea on that president's stance on education. They didn't care about what he was going to do about the deficit or the taxes. 9 times out of 10, if you was a Republican, you voted for the Republican because he was a Republican and you was a Republican. If you was a Democrat, you voted for the Democrat because they were Democrats and you were Democrats. I mean, it was not even about the issues, because the issues over the last 4 presidents, and you can go all the way back really to Ronald Reagan to today. What have they ever solved? I mean, Obamacare is not welfare, but it's something that's just there. So we can say Obamacare for all the people who want to scream Obamacare. I mean, but that's just, well, what, welfare with Obamacare in front of it, or private insurance that's cheap, government funded insurance, welfare. Okay, but anyway, you know, to each his own. I don't care how you vote or why you vote. I'm just telling you that you have to vote on issues. You have to vote on principle, vote on morals. Don't vote on party, because the party might not be for you. You know what I'm saying? It might be somebody else having a party off your money. Like you donated to the party, but you ain't invited because you ain't donate enough. But you just donated your time, which was your vote. But if you ain't donate cash, substantial amounts of cash, you're not invited to that party. And I know a lot of people get upset. I mean, they take their voting very seriously. And voting is serious. But unfortunately, it's just like life to some people. If they play games with it. Politics is a game. We don't need politics. We need peopletics. And not people walking around sucking each other blood like ticks, which is a lot of blood suckers out here. But I'm just saying we need reform based on the community and the humanity of life, regardless of your position on the issues. The issue remains that, the pursuit of freedom and happiness, liberty and justice for all is something that we really started all this process for. The voting process wasn't so the Democrats can be the best or the Republicans can look down on them. It was all about making sure that everybody got a fair share in life and fair treatment. That's why I'm probably not next year, but probably about 2024, you might see me in the runnings for president, and I hope that I can get your vote, because you voted for a lot of strangers, you voted for a lot of idiots, you voted for a lot of people just because they was black, but you ain't never voted for a man who made sense and was going to actually do something, because all he could do was what he been doing, and that's, being a true leader of the people and coming from a position of understanding where y'all are in y'all lives and where we could be if we stop voting for people that don't know us. If you ain't no millionaire, don't vote for no millionaire, Cause you a Republican, you vote Republican, but you vote for Republican millionaire, but you ain't no millionaire. So like I said, the party is not yours. You know, I don't care if it's a female black candidate, the first female black astronaut, or the first Chinese break dancer. Don't vote for people because they the first black something. Vote for people because they gonna do something with that vote besides facilitate their own enjoyment in life. Vote for people who actually know what it's like to struggle. Vote for people who actually know what it's like to be a victim of this justice system. Don't vote for people who ain't never been victimized by the system because they ain't trying to change the system. You know, don't get a cop who was already accused of police brutality to be a juror on a cop accused of police brutality. That don't make sense. You know, regardless of whether you like Donald Trump or not, Trump or any other rich man does not have your best interests in mind. You know, you got to know that. You know, if you don't know nothing else, you got to know that no politician, no millionaire, no billionaire has any intention on helping America. They're going to help themselves. And I'm not here to disrespect anybody. I'm just saying, let the record show that since Ronald Reagan, nothing has really changed at all. Taxes go up, taxes go down. Prices go up, prices go down. Lies get told, and then they get forgotten about. And then in 4 more years, everybody will be excited again. You know, I understand why Obama got 2 terms, because it was so messed up for so long, and every face that was put on the problems of America was a white face. So if the country was in ruin, it was because generation after generation after generation after generation of Caucasian males ran the country into the ground. So they was like, well, shit, get a black guy a chance. I understand that. But they say, well, hell, give him another chance. He might be the last one we ever see. Okay, that made sense. But even Obama is a politician. You know, you can't vote with your emotions. You got to vote with your logic. So hell yeah. If a whole bunch of white guys have made fools of us, shit, give a black guy a chance to make fools of us. But give somebody a chance to do the right thing too. Don't always vote with the people with the money because you can't do it. You don't know. You got to choose amongst your peers. Even when you go to court, you want to be judged by a juror of your peers. You don't want a bunch of old people to judge a young person. You don't want a bunch of young people to judge an old person. You don't want to go in a courtroom as a young black male and see a whole bunch of old white men in the jury box. And as a old white man, you don't want to see a whole bunch of young black males in the jury box. I mean, you want to be judged by people who kind of know what you're going through or have some kind of understanding and gonna look at you from their point of view, which is naturally yours, before they just judge you. Then they're going to look at the evidence, but they're going to give you a chance at first because they have a kinship with you. But that doesn't mean they're racist. That just means that if I'm going to be represented or judged by somebody, I at least want to be somebody with something in common. Even if they just an American and I'm an American. Even if they just a human. That's why they try to interrupt my videos. I mean, if you've been watching my videos, if you can still see me, they do that all the time. But listen, that's why I am coming before y'all today and telling y'all we need less politics and more peopletics. And peopletics is politics for people, human beings, that actually deals with issues facing those human beings. Because the deficit, the healthcare, the justice system, you know, none of those problems have ever been solved in my lifetime. They've been consistently rolled over to the next guy like for minutes, you know, on a phone bill. You know, George Bush to Bill Clinton to his son, George Bush's son, to Obama, to Trump. All these problems just roll over to the next guy. And then they say, well, the Trump administration did it. No, it was the Obama administration. Well, no, I think it was George W. Bush administration. It might have been the Clinton administration. No, all administrations are property of the U.S. federal government. Obama is just an employee, but that's not his administration. Obama didn't administer the law. He signed laws that was presented to him. Just like Trump, just like anybody. But Trump wanted to build a wall, but I mean, okay, that's just something to focus on. But building a wall is not going to knock down the walls of racism. Building a wall is not going to knock down the walls of poverty. Because only so many people will take to build that wall. They just want to build a wall all around America in every state and give every person that's unemployed a job, which is not feasible financially or theoretically. So just because somebody has one good idea, that don't mean it's a fix for the country. You got to really have the desire to change life, You can't just rile people up because people are angry. You can't just get people excited because people are bored. You got to have a willing passion in your life to change life, So, like I said, maybe in 2024, y'all might see me up there running for president. And it makes sense to me. One thing America has taught me, that anybody can be the president. And if you sit back and say, what qualifies me to be the president, you need to ask yourself, what qualifies you to form a thought? Because it's something wrong with your mind. Because the qualifications of being a president is being an American to me. All it takes is one look at the current state, the past state, and the future state of America to be a president. Now, you need to be able to read, write, and count to 10, but at the end of the day, the only thing you need to do is go through some problems in America, and you will understand why they need fixing. But if you's a rich boy who always been rich, who ain't never did shit but spend your dad's money, never struggled, you don't know nothing about being an American. Only thing you know how to do is what you've been doing. Make money off people that got less money than you so you can keep money. You just in survival mode. You're not in rebuild mode. You're not in construction mode. You just in survival mode. You just trying to make money because the only thing you know how to do is make money. But it's more to being an American. It's more to being a citizen. It's more than having a community to make money. Because when we make that money, we need to be able to do something with that money. We need to be able to invest that money in the right areas. And the only way we're going to do that is with a real president for the people, of the people. So, I hope I can get y'all a vote in about 8 more years. 6 to 8 more years, I hope I can get y'all a vote for president. Because I ain't going to just walk around and look good. I'm going to actually do something. I'm not just going to get on Twitter and make people laugh and make people mad. I'm actually going to do something. Because I'm doing something with this little bit of power. Imagine if y'all give me that presidential power. The only thing I ask is vote with your conscience. Don't vote with your emotions. Don't vote with your race. Don't vote with your political affiliation. Vote with your conscience. Vote with your mind. Vote with your senses that God gave you. Stop blind voting for people that is not the guy you don't like. Because he might just be a twin, but they ain't identical. They fraternal. But a Democrat president and a Republican president, it's just like Bill Clinton and George Bush. Ain't damn one of them ever did shit, and both of them crooks. So, see y'all later. I hope they don't want to not make me the president because I said this on Facebook, because I'm just being honest. Both of y'all we all got passed. But hey, I'm just saying, bro. You can't look at George W. Bush and say, well, he wasn't no good president. Because Bill Clinton, come on, why? Both of them did some crooked shit and nobody don't want nothing to do with now one of them to this day. That's why his wife didn't win, because of him. So Don't look at me as just somebody talking. I'm the guy with the research, with a research team of people all the time out here researching information, bringing it back. And I sift through that information and I decide that, hey, this is pertinent to the situation we got going on right here. And I bring the information to the people and present it to them. So I feel like I can be the president because I'm from the people, for the people. And I know what's going on out here. I really have been through some things and I can understand from the education to the justice system where we really need reform at. And in all these pharmaceutical companies and things that they're being allowed to do because they can lobby these politicians, rich men who want to get richer. And so you got big giant pharmaceutical companies and insurance companies that can come lobby these people to get them to do what they want them to do. But since I'm from the real people of the land, I'm not going to fall for all of that. I'm not subject to being bent over and screwed. So think about that, man. The next time you get ready to vote for somebody, think about that. Stop voting for these people you don't know with money that you ain't gonna never see or don't got. Because the people that they working for is the people who look like them, the people with big money. But all the poor folks the ones running to the polls. You know, just like anytime a war break out, you don't see no rich man's son trying to sign up. It be poor people. It be poor people. So think about that, man. Don't let people use you, abuse you forever. This is our country. Don't feel like this ain't your country and you do have a voice, but you got to stop giving your voice to these politicians and to these false leaders. Give your voice to somebody who speak your language, who gonna go up there and fight for you and your family. Have a blessed day. I love y'all and thank you for tuning in.